Alright, hi everybody. I have just pulled my first two frames of honey from one of my hives. Uh, Traditionally, in the first year, you're not supposed to pull a frame of honey, and also not from a deep box. But as I've been investigating and looking at the hives the last few weeks, I've noticed that both of them, specifically the one that still has a queen, was getting honey bound. They're producing more honey than they could consume or cap off. It was actually negatively impacting where they could lay eggs. So to prevent them from having so much honey that they can't produce any more eggs and any more new baby bees, I pulled two frames of honey from the hive and I'm going to process them. So what you see here, I have an uncapping tray that has a wooden beam across it, and this is where I will cut through the wax caps on the honey, which you can see are these dark sections there, where it's completely capped over. The honey is not accessible unless you remove those. And to do that, I have this uncapping tool here, which is a bunch of little spines, almost like a paint roller, and you roll it across, and it punches holes in all of the cells, so that way the honey can escape. Once I get both sides done, I'll move it over to this, which is a 2-frame honey spinner. It has a handle on the side of it that I'll spin, and the centrifugal force will throw the honey out of the frame. Then I will open this valve down here. It'll drain into a food safe 5-gallon bucket with a filter on it. And once I get the honey in the 5-gallon bucket, it also has a spout at the bottom, which I will then fill up the jars with. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll cut in next time there's something interesting. So go ahead. So this is the first time I've done this, so it may be a little sloppy. There's going to be a lot of wax that comes off too. But the good thing about this is that I have this uncapping tool over here that I'll then hit it with and make sure that I get all of it off. Again, this is my first time doing it, so I'm afraid I might be destroying the cells a little bit more than I want to, because you want to try and keep the wax in as good as quality as possible so that way the bees can reuse it. Some people do what's called the crush and strain, or crush and strain method, where they cut out the entire wax backing, and they then just smash the honey out of the wax. But I prefer not to do that because it wastes the backing, and that's a lot more work that the girls then have to pick back.
Is that like what you use when you render wax?
Correct. That's one way to do it when you render wax. What an interesting noise.
So satisfying.
Yeah. You can see all the honey that's on my roller there. I'm interested, since I've never done this before, I don't know what type of volume we're looking at here. So let me set this down there, and then I have this little picker here if I see any places where I have missed. I think I've missed a lot of the caps actually, so I'm just going to tear them off here. And this is a trial and error thing, so I can spin it. If it doesn't turn out quite the way I want it, I can always pull it out and do this number again and spin it again. Oh yeah, we're getting some honey dropping down now. But that's what the uncapping tank is for, is to catch any honey that I would otherwise miss. And then it has this grate in it so that way it can get filtered out any of the wax, and we can then take the valve on it and filter out any of the honey as well. There's honey ready to fall out of it, but now I got it down in here. I'm going to start spinning it. I already have the valve open. This is just to spin it out. This isn't to hold it, so it'll go into my holding vessel down here. Let's get going. Do you see anything?
No.
It's awfully pretty.
You're right, they fill up quick.